Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. So today I'll be showing you 3 looks with my version of the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. All these eyeshadows have come out of Natasha Denona palettes apart from this one, I think. Oh, and this one. I think that one came from the child, and I'm not too sure where that came from. I think it came from Fading to Hue. I will put the original video, because I did a video with this palette, I think, showing you just how I got all the looks. But I know that one for sure is from a Colourpop, and that one is there. It throws me off because the shade here is the only round pan, so I need to see if I've got a square pan I can use. Okay, so first of all, I just use this brush here. So this is one of the Jessup beauty brushes. I rave about these brushes. They're very, very inexpensive. I will leave the link in the description. That's all I'll say on it. I use them constantly, and that tells you how much I love them. So what shade did I go in with? This one down here. Do not ask me what they are. I have got the list somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. So if I can find it, you'll know which ones I'm using, obviously, and you'll know how I built the palette. Right, I don't know where it cut off last time, but let's go. Let's talk through the shades I've used. I've only used 2 so far. So we went in with Log first, and then Plutonium second. I'm sure that's the shade I used on the left eye. So now I'm going to have to go in with more glitter glue, because I did go in with glitter glue. Feels like hours ago now. It's about an hour ago. But we'll put a bit more glitter glue on. Right, and what I'm going to do, so I use this Scarab shade. I'm going to put some more on the left eye first. I feel like I've lost some of the colour. Right, and then we'll pick up some more. So smooth. So the plan is to do at least 3 different looks. There's 5 shimmers in this palette, so I could do 5. I might do 5, but just put 2 photos in of the other 2 shades I use. Oh, that just looks absolutely stunning. Then what I did is lower lash line with this shade first, I believe. This shade first. That shade is Vert from the Trio Chrome palette. Doing these dupe palettes makes you use your collection more. I like it. Right, and then I went in with the 5th shade. The shade is from Fading to Hue. It's called Designer. It was the one that I said is probably from the Fading to Hue palette earlier, wasn't it? So just went over the top of that. Just to brighten it up a bit. Then I went in with this one down here. This one is from the Natasha Denona Gold. I'm sure it's Lime Chrome. Let me just double check. 13 Lime Chrome. And the reason I know this is because this is my favourite shade from the Natasha Denona palette. Wow. Absolutely stunning. Just put a bit more on the left. Every time I do my eyes, my right eye looks really nice and I can never get the left eye as nice. Oh, that'll do. That looks nice. Then I'm going to go on with this red lippy from NYX. So it's one of their soft mattes, and this one is in the shade Morocco. These are the ones I'm kind of debating, do I like it? I mean, there's probably not much left. That is the finished look, but I just want to blend out, do kind of a last minute blend. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. Okay guys, so this is the overall finished look of look 1. So we'll be doing look 2 with the palette tomorrow. I think it's just going to be 3 looks and maybe a couple of pictures of the other 2 looks that I do, because I do want to test all the shimmers really that I've done. And yeah, there are 5. This one was the main shade that I wanted to show you. It's absolutely stunning. Scarab, and then this shade, and probably this shade up here, and then I'll probably just insert pictures of this shade and this shade. But it's quite a versatile palette, more versatile than I gave it credit for when I originally saw the colour story for the Yucca palette. Well, like I said, I feel like this version is better. It's definitely more expensive than the £64 palette that you would get. So if you've got, I think I just used, let me tell you what palettes I used. So I used the Natasha Denona Gold, the Zendo, the Trio Chrome, the Glam, and that's it. So yeah, it's definitely more expensive than just sticking to one palette is what I'm trying to say. So tomorrow we'll be doing look 2. So I'll see you tomorrow guys for look 2. Bye. Hey guys, so today we're doing look 2 with the beautiful, now people pronounce it differently. I used to pronounce it Yucca. Is it pronounced Yucca or is it pronounced Yucca? Let me know in the comments below, A or B. So this is what mine looks like. Now personally, as I said in look 1, it throws me off with this shade here, just purely because it's circular. But today I went in with this shade. Where's my book? That's from the Trio Chrome anyway, I can see it because it's a bigger pan. Okay, so what shade's this? Shade 8. So it's, that can't be right. I put Natasha Denona Glam 5, 6, 7. It must be Ion, because that one's from the Natasha Denona Glam. That smaller pan, that certainly isn't. So it must be Ion. I must have just got the shades mixed up. Yeah, Dijon. No, Ion. So anyway, we're going to go on with that first. Okay, let's go on with some of this. So I've got my mascaras on, so we don't need to put them on. It's just eyeshadow and lipstick. And I want to try this lipstick because this is kind of on the chopping block. It's a satin, and I don't much care for satin lipsticks. It does say matte though, I think. Yeah, matte lip, but it doesn't feel like a matte lip. Right, and then to blend that out, I went in with this mustard shade, and that one is Plutonium. So far I've only really used the Trio Chrome palette. I'll have to try and use some different shades tomorrow. No, I've used the Natasha Denona Gold as well, because all over the lid is Lime Chrome. It's one of my favourite shades. I'm just wondering now if I should put this shade in the outer V. They both look like they're either from the Gold palette or the Trio Chrome. Maybe this brown shade here, I think that's Log. Yeah, Log. I'll just use that brush again and then wipe it off. Then we're just going to go in with the W7 Sparkle Slay. What would I do without this now? I never used to wear glitter glue at all, and now I wear it every day. I just used to spray my brush. Now then we're going to be going in with this beautiful shade here. It's called Lime Chrome. And we're just going to build it until I've got the right amount of pigmentation. It's quite sheer. I wouldn't say it's a topper, it's just a quite sheer eyeshadow. But you can build it up, which is good. I haven't put it in a corner on, and I don't think there's anything in here that I can use. Okay, so that's good. Then, for lash line, I went back in with this shade here. Ion. Doing dupe palettes is so much... It's much more affordable, as it would be, because you've got all the eyeshadows in your collection. But it's better, because obviously, what you've got in your collection, you want to use it. So it's better than actually buying, like, brand new ones that look the same as what you've already got in the collection anyway. Right, and then I'm just going into the Revolution powder palette, into this shade here. Same old, same old. I think I can get by without an inner corner. I'm not going through my collection now and having a look for it. I mean, we've got this one here, but I don't think that would make a good inner corner. Let's have a look. Nothing's really coming off it. So, yeah, we'll leave that there, I think. Yeah, leave that there. And just put this lipstick on. It's in the shade Chili Red. So it looks like that's a really, really nice colour. Right. Right guys, so I think we're done. This is the overall look. Day 2, look 2. So I'm really enjoying it, but like I said, the only shades that I've been using so far are from the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome and the Natasha Denona Gold. Maybe do a look with this one tomorrow, because this one's come from the Glam palette. I think that one might have as well, because they're the really small shades that are in here. So maybe do that tomorrow and kind of see where we go from there. I really want to do kind of like 5 looks with this palette, just purely because there's like 5 shimmers in here. So yeah, I want to do 5 looks with it. That might put me behind on the Shop My Stash, because I've still got 2 palettes, like one really big palette to use, which is the P. Louise If the Crown Fits. What I'm thinking though guys, is when I did my Shop My Stash, I said that I might only use the bottom tray, which is full of peach eyeshadows, which makes me think of summer. So I'm thinking of just using that in the summer and then using the other shades in the fall. And then I'm doing a friend challenge with red eyeshadows with the Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. I think I'm only going to do 1 look with that palette and then we can Shop My Stash again. Otherwise, if I do too many looks, it's going to roll into the 2 week, and I want to be doing weekly Shop My Stashes if possible. It might roll over a little bit, but we'll see. I think at the moment, when I last checked, the Shop My Stash had only been up 2 days. Thank you so much for watching it. It really does mean a lot that you have. So guys, I'll leave it here for today and I'll see you again tomorrow for look 3. Hey guys, and welcome back. So I did a look yesterday and it was so stunning I didn't film it. Go figure, right? I'm going to put it into the video somewhere so you can see it, because I did take a photo of it at least. So we've got that, and this is the look that we're creating today. Again, the palette, everyone, well not everyone, but quite a few people on Instagram especially have said that they really love my version of it. I really like it. I think it's a great way if you've got all the palettes, well not all the palettes, but if you've got the Natasha Denona Gold, the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome, the Glam and the Zendo. I think maybe it's that one and that one that's come from the Zendo. We'll go through the shades when I've done the last look, which will be tomorrow. I don't know how well this shade here is gonna pick up though, so I might have to put that down all over the lid first and then just use that as a topper, because I do genuinely feel that that's a topper. Right, so I went in with a shade here because I wanted to use some of the smaller shades, so let me tell you what that shade is at least. Shade 14. Okay, so that's from the Natasha Denona Zendo. And I'm going in with this brush with a bit of that. Oh, did I tell you the name? It's called Balance. And as Natasha Denona mattes are, they're very pigmented and go on really nicely. I keep thinking my phone's going off. I'm going out. I'm taking my mum to the hospital, and then after the hospital we're going out for food. She's got a really late appointment, like 6:20, which is really late. So I'm hoping, because it's such a late appointment, we'll only be in there 10 minutes. I myself went to the doctor's yesterday over this. I'll probably talk about this in a separate video. I don't want to make this a really long video. I don't even know if you're getting that on camera. So yeah, I went to talk to him about that. I've been having really bad trouble with it all over the weekend, so just wanted to make sure it was okay. Okay, so I only really put 2 mattes in. I wouldn't say I'm in a rush or anything, but it's kind of one of those simplistic looks that I want to do. And I think I went in with this green up here. Yeah, I'm almost certain I did. So that green, I think, hang on, let me tell you. Right, so it's Scrap from Natasha Denona Trio Chrome. Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I definitely feel like this palette is a lot better than the one Natasha Denona came out with. But it will be. It's got trio chromes in it, it's got duo chromes in it. Whereas I think the palette, the Yucca palette, I think it does have duo chromes. She normally puts like 1 or 2 in her palettes. So it will have that, but it won't have trio chromes. Right, so up next we're going in with the Revolution Pro Fusion HD, just this shade here, just to clean up a bit. And it's quite a nice day today in the UK. It's been such terrible weather, like 3 weeks of rain, solid, daily. And I get a winter jacket, which is a waterproof raincoat, and it stops. But I'm going to be set for winter, right? And I've got some gloves as well. It's by the brand Regatta. You'll know who they are if you live in the UK. And I got some winter gloves and they're a little bit too big. I got large to extra large, and they're just big on the fingertips. You know, I've got quite meaty hands, so I didn't want to get the small to medium. But yeah, see, hopefully I'll be able to use them. Got a really good deal both on the jacket and on the gloves. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting more use out of them in the winter. So usual culprit, the W7 Sparkle Slay. If you're after a good glitter glue, guys, I highly recommend this one. I'm always talking about it, always using it. You know, I wouldn't recommend anything to you guys that I really didn't like, because I'm not an affiliate for W7, if only. I have got an affiliate code though for Jessup brushes, as you know, and I've got one for Temu as well. I'll leave both affiliate codes down below. Okay, so I think this one is Brass, so I use that all over the lid. Yeah, shade free Brass. But before I went in, I leave it to get tacky and then I put it on, otherwise it just doesn't go on right. So Amy sent me this eye pencil. It's the Essential Eye Kohl pencil by Goss. So I've just put some of this on the left eye, so let's put some on the right. Over the years they've asked him to do TV, almost pressurising him to do TV, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like being in front of the flashlights, and he doesn't like being in front of all this crew. He just likes doing makeup reviews and tutorials and just wants to do what he wants to do basically, but he gets pressured, and because he's such a nice guy, he'll say, let me think about it, but he hates the fact that they're putting him in that position. And I was thinking, yeah, just leave him alone. If he said no once, why just keep on and on and on at him? And he said, what it is, it's about this. And it's completely true, you know, they would make so much money off him. So what he also said is that he's going to be bringing out some makeup. I don't know when, but he's working on that at the moment, so that's cool, isn't it? I mean, I won't be buying it, it's far too expensive for me, unless he brings something out that's really revolutionary. This eyeliner, by the way, is really, really good. It's really, really creamy. And he brought them brushes out, didn't he? And yeah, he brought the brushes out and they had a lot of good reviews. So maybe he's going to fetch some more brushes out. I can't remember if he said he was going to do some more brushes. All he basically said, the gist of the video, if you've not seen it, was let me do what I want to do and you do what you want to do. You know, he said there was so many opportunities to make serious money, but he didn't want to do it. Basically, the gist of the video is some people want to be famous on YouTube and some people don't, and he was the one He was one of the ones that did. He said, I know it sounds silly at nearly 3 million subscribers, but I've never ever wanted fame. And that's fair enough, isn't it? I mean, look at Heath Ledger. I'm digressing now, but look at him. He never wanted to be famous. He just wanted to do something that he loved. And obviously it's the same for Wayne Goss. I just wanted to have that conversation with you as I was using one of his products. Right, so we've got mascara, and I'm wearing the Patrick Tar Major Volume Mascara and also the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. Not that one. This one. And I think I'm going to try and go in with Lime Chrome as well down here. Didn't have any plans for that, but I want to put something in the inner corners. And normally with a look like this I'd wear red lipstick, but I can't go to the hospital in orange red lipstick. It's just, I'll have some people looking worn at, so. I could go to the hospital with a gloss and once I've come away from the hospital put a red lipstick on, but I don't want to faff about with that. I'm only going to the pub. I think I'm going to be overdressed anyway. So that's it for the eyes. I didn't know what lipstick to wear. I knew I wanted to wear MAC. I knew I wanted to wear Velvet Teddy, which is that one. And I might put Crème in Your Coffee over the top. So let's have a look. Or if I just like this by itself, I'll just leave this on. I think a red would have gone better. Let's put some Crème in Your Coffee over the top of it. Right, what I'm going to do now is put my jacket on, do my hair, and then I'll come back and show you the overall look. So let's see if we can do this before the battery goes. The battery's flashing as per the usual. So with the palette I've used everything apart from this one shade. Well, I've not used this shade here, I don't think. I've not used this green down here, so maybe we can do something with that tomorrow. But yeah, or I've not used that green there. So overall I do absolutely love this palette. I don't know if I'm going to keep it intact. Morag has asked me to do the Adept Cosmetics Seahorse Dupe palette, so I feel like all this is going to have to come out, but I can put it back in anyway because I've got all the shade names and where they go, so that's not an issue. I don't have too many magnetic palettes, but I can chop and change them. So anyway, that's that. There's going to be one more look tomorrow and then that's going to be it with the palette. Has it tempted me to buy the Yucca palette? I don't know. I need to watch a few more looks. I need to see the palette. I saw a friend post something to Instagram and the palette actually looked really, really powdery. Do you know the shimmers? Let me know after a few uses, or after like a long use period, or do the shimmers get really, really powdery, because I didn't like the way her palette looked. So yeah, that's just something to think about. And it is £64. I can dupe it within my own collection and spend that £60 on, say, I don't know, I need a tumble dryer at the moment, so we can go towards that instead of buying makeup that I don't need. Right, so for perfume, guys, normally like when I'm going out somewhere fancy, the Dior comes out. I wore that last time I went out, and Lisa kindly gifted me this for my birthday, the Ariana Grande God Is a Woman, and I've only ever sprayed it. I've never actually used it. Ooh. I put Lisa and Naomi both onto this, and they, like, I was lusting after it for a year and they got it straight away, and I'm like, no, you're not supposed to get yours before I get mine. But anyway, it looks like this, and both of them have taken it out of this, but I actually like the aesthetic of it being in there. It just comes out. Now, I don't like that. It's plain to me, but each to their own. I mean, it does say Ariana Grande there, but that to me, I I don't want to say what I was thinking. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, let's put some on. Let's put some here. Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, so nice. I don't know if it's long lasting. I've never had it on for hours. Like I said, I just had a little spray. But as soon as I sprayed it in the shop, I'm like, I need that perfume. And let me show you what else I've got. I'm going to be doing is it a dupe? I don't know when I'm going to do it. I've got so many videos lined up, so many ideas lined up. And if you guys have got an idea for me, please reach out to me like Morag did. I'm more than happy to do videos if I can. Anyway, just hang on. Right. So I've got this body mist. This Ariana Grande Sweet Like Candy body mist. Now I know this isn't going to be as strong as a perfume because they're not. But also, I've got this dupe for the Ariana Grande Sweet Like Candy. And this is supposed to be a dupe, obviously. Hey guys, welcome back. So today is day 5 with my version of the Natasha Denona Yucca eyeshadow palette. Well, my improved version, even if I do say so myself. So at the end of this video, I'm going to go through shade by shade where I place where in the palette, just in case you've got those shades in your collection and you want to make your own. It took me literally ages when I was doing that palette, so I just thought if you wanted to do it for yourselves, or if you've got similar shades in other palettes, like your Colourpop palettes for instance, you'll find it difficult, I think, obviously, if you don't have the Chrome palette or the gold palette, because that's where a lot of my shades came from. But you'll have dupes, I'm sure, especially if you have indie brands in your collection. I mean, I've only got, I think, one Chrome, and that's Scarab. But anyway, let's get into this look. So this is the look I've just created, and I've only used 3 eyeshadows. Right, so let me get it out of this box. So again, this is the palette. Some of the shades I'm not going to be able to use because I don't want to use it again tomorrow. I'm kind of getting fed up with it. Not because it's not a beautiful palette, but because I don't normally use an eyeshadow palette for 5 days. I've not done that in a long time. Normally it's 3 days and then I move on to the next thing. Just so I'm testing out what I need to test out and getting opinions in my mind whether to keep or declutter. But I do like this palette. I do like the way it's been set up, and I do like the tones in it. So I've got a feeling I would really like the Yucca palette, but do I need it? I don't think I need it if I've got this, personally. So shades, right, I'm not going to use this one. This is, can't remember the shade, but this has come from Fade into Hue, and this one's come from Colourpop The Child palette, and then this one's come from the Natasha Denona Zendo, but all the rest of the shades I've used. So let me go into the shades and tell you the shade names as we go along. Right. So first of all, I'm using the Spectrum CO6 brush, and we're going to go back in with Balance from the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. I know this is called Balance because I used it yesterday, didn't I? But let's pop a bit of this on the brush. Let's grab my mirror. And this is just being placed quite messily all over the lid. And I'm just packing it on and packing it on. Okay, so now I've done that bit, want to go in with this Revolution palette, and we're going to go in with this shade, just to kind of put that on the brow bone. You know, same old, same old. Right. Then I'm going in with this Primark brush. So with the Primark brush, I'm going in with this brown down here. Don't know what shade that is. So that's shade 11. Okay, so that's come from the Natasha Denona Gold, and it's called Log. I'm just putting that in the outer V to deepen it up a bit and through the crease a little bit. This, you can get this look in 5 minutes, guys. It really isn't anything revolutionary. Okay. I'm just trying to blend it out a bit better. Let's get that with a brush. Now people want to message me. You can hear the vibration. My phone's across the other room, so I can't really do anything about that at the minute. But we're making progress, right? It's not on loud, it's on silent. Right. Then I'm going to go in with my W7 Sparkle Slay Glitter Glue, as always. Just a tiny bit. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and I'm going to go in with the Essential Eye Kohl Pencil by Goss. It's brown, and I absolutely adore this. It's so creamy. This is the second time I've used it. I'll be using it a lot more. I'll probably have used it up soon because I really, really like it. So thank you, Amy, for gifting me that. Sending it to me. It will get used. It just glides on like butter. And I don't mind a brown in the waterline. Black in the waterline is too harsh. I'm putting some just tight lining as well. Right, okay. Then I want to go in with this one. I'm not too sure of the name, but I do know it's come from the Zendo palette. Or has it? Maybe it came from the Glam. No, shade 1 Yama from Natasha Denona Zendo. Now, I'm glad I went in with a base shade for this, because this is just a topper. You can barely see it on my finger. It's not the best shade in this palette, so I might have to look for something different. I mean, it's nice. It's just, you have to keep packing it on the lid. And if you're in a hurry to get out the door, it's not ideal, is it? Right, that'll be enough. So I've not done an in the corner highlight. I think I just want to go in with Lime Chrome, that one down there. Okay, so that's that. So we've used the entire palette there. Let me put a lipstick on, and then we'll talk about my thoughts on the palette that I created, what I think of the Yucca palette, will I pick it up. I mean, I feel like I've addressed that already in the video, and we'll go through the shades and I'll talk you through them. Like, I'll point here to what shade that is like on my pad, because luckily I put all the shades down here, and I think I'm going to do that going forward, because I just get confused about kind of what shade it is, what palette it's from, and I don't have a label maker. So, you know, this is the second best thing, I think. So I've not used this one in a while, and I do really like it. I really like the colour, but I don't like the doe foot, and sometimes that can put me off. The doe foot of this lipstick is massive. So this is the Revolution and Game of Thrones Cersei Lannister shade. You'll see what I mean now. Why did they have to put it like this, in this kind of... These are like what they use for blushes and things like that, and concealers in the past. I don't understand why they've had to put a doe foot like that, but never mind. We'll crack on with the look. I just feel like the doe foot's too big and it makes a mess. Okay, so this is the finished look. Not sure how I feel about this. This could be getting decluttered in the next round of declutters, but I'll feel bad because I love Game of Thrones. Maybe I could just keep it as a souvenir. So anyway, that's that. So I'll talk to you about the shades that I used today. So we used Balance from the Zendo palette there. That was all in the crease, and then I used Log from the Natasha Denona Gold there in the outer V. Then I used Yama from the Zendo palette just all over the lid, and that was it. It was as simple as you can get eye look. Let me tell you how I got this palette. Or shall I do a separate video? Yeah, I think I'm going to do a separate video because people might just want to watch that rather than they watch this as well. I'll do a separate video and we'll go through the shades in that. So we'll leave this here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, it really does mean a lot to me. Please like, it really does help get my small channel out there. Share and comment and let me know which look you like the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.